hard, huh?
You know, here's the pitch. That's the name of the segment.
Okay.
We're going to each have a team and then make our pitch as to why fans should watch them this season. You're choosing the Orioles.
I do. Yeah, my pitch is birds of a feather are going to win together. So look at this, guys. We got Rushman and Santander. If you look at this Orioles team, it's a young team that, Ronnie, no one wanted to play the second half of the year last year. It's a great young core. Only Adam Frazier of their supposedly everyday players are over the age of 30. These guys are like right in their prime. If they can figure out their starting rotation just a little bit. Grayson Rodriguez, you got to come through for me. DL Hall, at some point in time, you got to come through for me. This, to me, will be one of the more exciting teams to watch play in 2023, and it's a core group of guys that you're going to be able to watch this flock fly for years.
And a lot more guys coming on the way. Let's not forget Jackson Holliday picked 1-1 a year ago. Hopefully in, the coming years, you'll eventually see him and so many others. All right, so we're going to go to Texas because that's where you're picking up what they're putting down, apparently.
Well, I think what phrase I came up with, things are always bigger in Texas, and they are going to be bigger in Texas. Chris Young, the Dallas native, the general manager. Boach, I don't know how they found a hat that would fit him because he's got one of the bigger heads in the game, but that big head has lots of brains, and he's going to really make a difference. But I think Chris Young did a great job in assembling a pitching staff that can make a difference. Now, listen, on the field, they've got enough stars. Catcher Jonah Heim, Seager, of course. You think of Marcus Semien and Adolis Garcia, go on and on. But it's the pitching staff with Evaldi, and they already have John Gray. They kept Martin Perez, Jacob deGrom. All of those pitchers give them not only quality but depth, so there could be a completely different season this year. Playing a lot of one-run games, their record in those games will be the difference.
All right, I know you've been waiting on the edge of your seat to
what's yours?
Yeah, so I picked the Dodgers, and my slogan is New Kids in the Ravine, because listen, I know the Dodgers have been talked about this offseason for not doing anything, but let's remember this is a team that was just given the #1 prospect system in all of Major League Baseball. Yeah, this is a boy band. You can join if you want, but I think you might be a little old. No offense. All right, so led by Gavin Lux. Gavin Lux is finally getting the chance to man the shortstop position. I'm excited. There was so much hype around this guy as a prospect. We see Dustin May. He's going to be able to go back on the mound and be what he was as a rookie. And just new guys, Trace Thompson, potentially Jason Hayward out in the center field position. We don't know exactly who's going to be manning that position. Of course, it's a big one they need to fill in the absence of Bellinger when it comes to the defense. But I just think the Dodgers, a lot of people are saying, well, they're not spending. Well, you know what? They have a really good system with their prospects. So give those guys a chance to come up, a lot of young starters.
So you're into boy bands then, huh? Ronnie,
well, yeah,
we didn't know that at the start of the show.
I did go to NSYNC for my first concert when I was like 5, and I think I fell asleep. So don't tell them if you ever run into them. Okay, so those are our slogans. We were not paid to do that. Maybe Dan was a little bit, but Ron and I for sure were not. But I'll tell you who was paid: the Astros. They were paid to come up with a nice slogan, and this, my friends, is real. Ready to rain. Okay, so now we're switching our hats. We're now going to be the criticizers or whatever you want to be.
I love it. I think that's really cute.
A+.
It is tremendous. It's catchy. You can do a ton of different things off of the rain. And so whatever ad agency came up with that, in-house or out-house, they did a really good job.
Okay, so we have not had a repeat champ since the Yankees won 3. That is the longest drought in Major League Baseball history. So are they going to do it?
They have a big chance. I mean, it's just whether they lost Verlander. They're young pitchers who are so talented, Javier, Garcia, and others, how they come around. And if those guys pitch like they did through October, Houston's going to be there at the end.
It is really hard to repeat in our game. I think the physical toll that it takes on your rotation, in particular in your bullpen, sometimes you pay a cost. I think they're better offensively. I think Abreu upgrades them at first base. Gurriel was great in postseason, did not have a good season during the course of the year. And they've got a healthy Michael Brantley. So, I mean, they arguably have the best lineup in the game because they can beat you in so many different ways with that lineup. Jeremy Pena will not be a rookie anymore. They really have, I mean, on paper, they are going to be tough to beat.
No doubt about it. Well, this offseason has been filled with so many different moves, and sometimes it's hard to keep track.